Good evening, everyone. Oh, Today's topic is about deep neural networks. In the previous session, we have learned about the single neuron and we have learned about the linear units and the completion of linear models. In this session, we are going to learn about how we will be building the neural networks. Okay, in this session we are going to learn about neural networks that are capable of learning complex kinds, and the key here is by using modularity we are going to build some complex models. In the previous session we have learned about how we will convert the linear units and linear model. So here we will be combining those single units to form the complex relationships. In neural networks, we have three layers. Those are input layer and hidden layer and output layer. Input layer, basically we will be initializing the data for the neural network. In the hidden layers, those as dense layers, it is the intermediate layer between input and the output layer and place where all the computation will be done. So output layer will be getting the results for the given inputs. So here these are x0, x1, and these two are the inputs, and one is the bias that is given to the dense layers. Y0 and y1 is the output. Next, coming to the activation function, there are many activation functions in the neural networks which we'll be using for the calculations. Basically, they are the mathematical equations that determine the output of neural network, and the function is attached to the each neuron in the network and determines whether it should be activated or not. So in this here we are seeing some kind of graph which is activation function graph for a nonlinear relationship between the x and y input. See here, activation function is a simple sum function we will apply for each layer's output. So the most commonly used function is rectifier function. This is the graph for the rectifier function. That's a line with negative part rectified to 0. Applying these functions, the outputs of neural will be bent into the data, moving us away from single lines. So when we attach the rectifier to a linear unit, we get a ReLU activation function. So applying this function to the linear unit, we might have seen this equation previously in the single neuron. So for this ReLU function, this is the graph and these are the inputs. We are getting the output. So stacking the dense layers is simple, but combining all the linear models, linear units, and giving to the hidden layers with the ReLU function. This is the linear model with the ReLU function and the y is the output. So the layers before the output layer are some hidden layers. We never see their outputs directly because they are hidden, and the output will be shown only by the y output. So finally output is a linear unit. So previously we have seen about the sequential models that are built for the linear model. Similarly, here also we will be constructing a model which is sequential, but we will be adding some layers. Those are the hidden layers we have seen before. So the layers will be adding function will be using ReLU, and the input will be giving input data. So we'll be passing any layers we can use, up to infinite layers we can add to predict a function. So now in the exercise we'll be doing about constructing deep neural network for a concrete data set. So I would like everyone to do along with me this exercise. So in this tutorial we saw how to build DNN by stacking layers inside a sequential model. In this activation function, after the hidden layers, we gave the network the ability to learn more complex relationships in the data. In this exercise, you will build neural network with several hidden layers and then explore some activation functions beyond ReLU. So first, we will be setting up we'll be importing all the libraries and okay. In this concrete dataset, your task is to predict the compressive strength of concrete manufactured according to various recipes. So next we will be running this code for the dataset they have given inbuilt. So we will be getting the dataset, but we should know how many rows and columns are there. Concrete. So there are 1030 rows and 9 columns. The 9 columns are this, and last one is the compressive strength, that is the output we are going to find. So the first we need to write the input shape. The target for this task is to column compressive strength. The remaining columns are the features we will use as inputs. So what would be the input shape for this dataset? So previously we have seen how many columns? 1, 2, 3, 9 columns, but this is the output. So we need to exclude that, and remaining 8 are the inputs. So next we need to define a model with hidden layers. Now create a model with 3 hidden layers. They have given 3 hidden layers, each having 512 units, and the activation function is ReLU. Be sure to include an output layer of 1 unit and no activation function for the output layer, and also input shape as an argument for the first layer. Now we need to import the Keras from TensorFlow, and the model we need to construct. Start sequential. First layer we need to have layers dot input unit is 512 and the activation function is and for the first argument, first layer, we need to give input shape as the argument. So we added the first layer. Similarly, we need to add the second layer. With the each having 512 units and same activation function. but here no need to add input shape. Third layer is the output layer we are going to add. We'll check whether this is correct or not. Your model should have 4 layers. The first 3 are the hidden layers. Okay, we'll add one more layer. Can any one of you say where is the error that I am getting?
Monica, remove the comma there in the last one, the last output layer.
Hello, Monica.
You add a
Hello.
comma before the layer and after the layer.
Last but one dense layer దగ్గర కామా పెట్టు ఒకసారి. And try it.
Yeah, okay. Thank you. Next we will be adding the activation layers. This is completely equivalent to the ordinary way. Rewrite the following model so that each activation is its own activation layer. So we need to rewrite these activation layers. First layers dot dense 32. Input shape is 8. For first the layer we need to remove the activation function. Need to add and the last one is 1. Rewriting the activation layer is completed, and next these are the optional one which we can use instead of relu function, activation function. So we can change this. If we execute this code with this activation function, we'll be getting the graph with the we learned in the previous model, that is negative graph, and it will be going to 0. If we change this to some other like above mentioned functions, we'll get another graph. That is with this slight slope. So like this we'll be plotting the graphs for the activation functions. Are there any doubts for anyone? Okay, I would like someone. Ujjwala, can you share your screen and show me the exercise?
Yeah.
Okay, Ujjwala, did you understand that how to add the layers?
Yeah, Monica.
Okay, thank you. Okay, today this is the class for today. Thank you.